So you are extremely excited about this new consulting business, but you quickly realize that you cannot do it on your own. You need the help of someone who's been there, done that, and can get you to your end goal quickly. If you're to the point in your consulting business where you are thinking about hiring a business coach or a business advisor, I want you to stay tuned in because I'm going to be sharing with you from my own personal experiences how you vet a business coach and some key considerations to help you find the right person to help you reach your goals. Hey healthcare consultants, I'm happy you were able to stay tuned in to today's video. It's going to be an important one, especially for those of you who are interested in investing in high ticket coaching with someone to help you get to an end result that you desire in your consulting business. Now, if you are meeting me for the very first time, my name is Elle. I'm an independent healthcare consultant. I have my own consulting practice. I'm also a business advisor to aspiring and experienced healthcare consultants. As I mentioned, this video is going to be extremely transparent. I'm going to be sharing my journey with you because I myself have heavily invested in professional and business development. I have paid up to $30,000 to work one-on-one for a year with a business coach. And from personal experiences, I want to share with you what you need to look for when you are looking for your person to help you get to an end result in your business. So I'm going to share with you 3 things to consider. The first thing I want you to consider is really taking a deep dive into your own business and getting really personal and honest with your own business goals. Before you can scout or seek the support of someone else, you really have to be clear on what is the end goal you desire for your own consulting business. And your goal needs to be quantifiable and it needs to be clear. So if your goal is to hit, let's say, $2.5 million by quarter 3 of 2024 in your consulting business, that's something that you clearly need to be able to communicate. And if you need to be supported in achieving that goal, you also need to take an honest deep dive into your own consulting business to see where are the gaps in your business. What are the bottlenecks and where do you fall short as a business owner? Maybe you need support with business systems. Maybe you're great at lead generation, but you don't do a great job of converting those leads into paid clients. Maybe you need help with building a team or just getting your business together all together and getting it in order. So you really have to be able to communicate what your goals are and how you desire to be supported. Unless you are clear with how you desire to be supported, it's even going to be difficult for you to narrow down the right person for you to work with. You have certain people and certain business coaches that are experts in a certain specialty. Just like you consult and you should be a subject matter expert in a particular topic or specialty, it's the same thing that applies for the world of coaching or business advisorship. You have some business coaches who are experts in corporate contracts, corporate speaking engagements, sales, marketing. So one thing that I quickly learned is there may not be one person who can help you navigate every single thing in your business. Oftentimes you have to invest in multiple people to be able to help you get to an end result. But at the end of the day, you should always be clear on your goals and how you need to be supported. The second thing you need to consider when you're looking at working with a business advisor is, has this person already reached the goal that you desire to achieve? And let me give you an example of that. If I desire to make $4 million in my consulting business, I'm not going to work with someone who has not hit 6 figures in their consulting business yet. I desire to work with a business advisor who's already successfully hit that goal, so they can successfully provide me with the roadmap to also do those same steps that they went through to hit that income goal. If you are looking to obtain corporate speaking engagements, you want to make sure that your business advisor or coach has already been able to acquire corporate speaking engagements. So a huge part of vetting your business coaches is to make sure that they've already hit that goal. Something else I want you to consider, because hopefully if you are watching this video, you are a business consultant. In the world of coaching, one thing that I've noticed, and unfortunately I've fallen victim to this also, you have coaches whose only business is to coach. They really are not familiar with the B2B marketplace. And I don't want to confuse you with lingo, so let me just give you some terms before we move forward. B2B is business to business. B2C is business to consumer. Typically, when you're working with a business coach, that is a business to consumer business model. So if that is that coach's only business is to coach you in business, yet they have no corporate business and they're teaching you how to obtain corporate work, to me, that is extremely unethical. And as I've mentioned before, I have fallen victim to that by not asking the right questions and falling in love with the person that they are. Now, again, this is part of the vetting process. So once you book a discovery call, if you're interested in working one-on-one with this person, just make sure that they have already achieved the results that you desire to achieve, and they actually have a corporate business to model if that's what you're working with them for. So just something to keep in mind, because a lot of times I've seen business coaches only having a coaching business, so they're unfamiliar with a lot of the things that we do in the B2B space. The final thing you need to consider if you are looking for a business coach or a business advisor is really understanding the entire way in which you will be supported. Now, I'm talking about one-on-one coaching where you're going to be paying $15,000 or more. I have invested $30,000 to work with someone for an entire year, and I learned a lot, but I learned even more when it came down to, I should have asked that question before I made such a huge investment. So make sure you are asking the right questions. And let me share some of the questions that you need to ask, which is another reason why you need to be extremely clear on how you desire to be supported. The first question I would ask if I'm working one-on-one with a business coach would be, what do those one-on-one engagements look like? How often are we meeting, and what are the duration of our meetings? Also, I would want to be clear on the expectations and if there's any pre-work that's required before we get onto those calls. The second question I would ask would be the type of support I would be provided in the interim of those one-on-one calls. So let's say, for example, I had a client emergency that I needed help navigating through, or I was in need of some immediate feedback, if I would be able to reach out to that particular business coach or business advisor. What does that form of communication look like? The third question I would ask would really have to do with the strengths of that business coach or that business advisor. As I mentioned to you, sometimes you will have to invest in multiple experts to be able to hit a certain result that you desire, but I really do desire to learn while I'm on that discovery call all the ways in which I can be supported in navigating different business systems in my huge business. So I want a real understanding of the strengths and maybe some of the things that business coach is not so great in which I may have to invest in another expert to help me get that end result. The very last question I think it's important to ask is their relationship with their clients after one-on-one coaching. I've experienced feeling like a transaction before, and that's just not a great feeling. So I'm also interested in learning in what ways can I be supported after the contractual agreement, because typically with higher ticket programs, there are contracts involved. And if there are additional programs to help me get to even that that next step in my business where I can invest further to get additional support? So these are questions that you should absolutely ask before you invest in a business coach or a business advisor. You just want to be clear that this is the right person to help you get to the end result that you desire. And I would also advise you to potentially invite your spouse or your partner onto these calls, especially if they're going to be a part of the investment itself. So hopefully you found that informative, and let me know, are you currently looking for a business advisor? And what are some questions that you've asked on a discovery call, or even share some of your experiences? I think it's important for us to share these experiences as a community so we know how to move forth and make better decisions when we are investing in business advisors to help take our business to the next level. Have an amazing day. I'll chat with you soon.